Hi, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here for the Libra Collective for your weekly reading, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. And this is for November 17th to the 23rd, approximately. We'll use a variety of tarot and oracle cards, and I will share channeled messages that I receive throughout the reading. So let's see. What do we have for Libra? Libra. All right, first card out, divination. So the answers you seek are coming. Maybe it'll be in this reading, right? Maybe you're doing some sort of a pendulum work there, as you can see. The outcome is still unknown for something, though. So help will arrive when you need it. Let's see what we have. What else do we have for Libra? This could pertain to any area of your life. Love, relationships, career, money, life purpose, all that. So we'll pull cards specific to that too. All right, so we have different, lighting the way, the masculine, and manipulation. Okay, manipulation, huh? Okay, so this is about figuring out someone's true motives, shedding light on something, and waiting for something to be revealed. And there's different here. So finding the strength to be different, to be unique, to stand out. And or there could be some sort of differences that are affecting a particular situation. And you also have lighting the way. Let yourself be guided. You have angels here. You have not lost your way. I am getting this energy too of a commitment coming in of some kind. It feels connected to abundance in some way. It's been coming in the last few readings, and especially in the last one. All right, so we have the masculine too. And I'm hearing something about someone being a poet, or maybe you're dealing with a masculine energy that is, they have a way with words even. So this is examining how you feel about perhaps a man in your life, using the power of masculine energy of some kind. All right. Let's see. Let's move this down a bit. And let's see what we have for Libra. Let's get a few more cards. Let's go ahead and let's do the let's just go ahead and jump right into tarot actually. So I'll use the Cheeky Tarot. It's by Danilo Sanino and it's of White Fly Tarot. So let's see, what do we have for Libra? Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords, okay? So King of Swords coming out to play. What do we have for Libra, please? Libra. All right, so there's King of Cups here. I'm actually hearing adios, all right? So goodbye in Spanish. Now the King of Cups, if something does not feel right in their intuition, they go by how they feel, right? Maybe they will say adios, right? So this is something about, too, falling underneath that divination. I feel a lot of you are tapping and tuning into your own intuition, to your own ability to cut through the nonsense too, right? I feel this is a week of doing just that, of ignoring the opinions of others, not letting someone place blame on you for something you didn't do. I am feeling that as well. Getting that psychically, actually. So help when you need it. And it could be a King of Cups type energy, right? Someone who's a good listener, someone who validates your feelings, maybe someone very compassionate. And the Five of Pentacles. And this is what's underneath manipulation. So this is about, I feel like you're figuring out a way around something that feels like a challenge or a weakness in some way. And you're reminded to pay attention to your strengths and lead with your strengths. Okay. Something might be different than expected. And actually tying it into that different card, the card that says different, it does encourage you to lean into your strengths as well. So that definitely goes along with that Five of Pentacles, something that feels hopeless or even lost. You could really be standing out above the competition. And I was getting that in your last reading too. Now, your next reading will be on Tuesday, and that's going to be your career money monthly reading. Okay. So, or life purpose. I connect it to that too. But, it's kind of feeling like similar vibes to what happened last time. I am getting a name like Curtis, and I'm also hearing Holly too. And, this is going to be really random, but I'm getting coriander, or a name that sounds like Corey, even has Corey in it. So coriander is a spice, right? So not sure why that would resonate, but it's randomly specific to someone, I'm sure. We have the Magician, the Knight of Wands, the Hermit, the Five of Cups, and the Hierophant. So now you actually have one, two, oh, actually, yeah, okay. So you actually have triple fives. That's a sign of a positive transformation, because you have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Hierophant, which is five. Then there's the Manipulation card, Magician, Knight of Wands. There are two sides to every story. And I just saw 555 on the timer, by the way. Let's pull that card out. Because now it's wanting, oh, and this one, okay, sign of patience. Okay. So this is about patience and hard work, making dreams a reality. I was going for the 555 though. So, and when I get signs or when I hear things intuitively, it's just, it is what it is. Either it resonates or it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything in particular other than what it says. Okay. So maybe, somebody named, Corey or Curtis or something. All right. Or maybe you're just using coriander, or maybe you despise it. I don't know. But let's see what else we have. We have 555, sign of transfer. Okay. So this is about expecting the unexpected. Yeah. Something's not as it seems. And it's like, again, it's kind of like that when all hope feels lost, it's not. Okay, you haven't lost your way with something. In fact, you have some resources that you're not quite seeing yet that are coming in with this Knight of Wands. And I think it does have to do with work, because I have the Hermit and I have the Hierophant, and for me, that can actually mean that it has to do with work. Okay, but it's like, it could be even some sort of spiritual work. Some of you may be turning the page on trying to make something work, or trying to do something a little different. And you may actually be returning to something that is a little more traditional, like with this Hierophant. Maybe you worked on your own, now you're going to go work for an organization. For the Hermit card, they have the star and their lantern. It feels as though, again, this is about making those dreams come true. We have the Mastery here, the Magician, right? And we have the magic of the Magician. And they have all the resources right there on the table, whether they see it or not. The Hermit's going to let you know, trust that inner guidance, right? Really search for the truth. But also, I feel there's a little bit of like using caution before rushing into something with like that Knight of Wands. Sometimes we're sort of a little too gung-ho, and on things. And it's important to really make sure you go within and go through your own process rather than rushing. The Five of Cups, it's kind of a card of like focusing on what's going well, focusing on gratitude, okay, and focusing on your strengths. Like with the Five of Pentacles, focusing on your strength. This is like focusing on gratitude, the Five of Cups. And it can be, just after a disappointment or a period of mourning, it feels like you're being blessed here. You see the Hierophants blessing their disciples here, and it feels as though you're going to be blessed with, some of you, a new job. Okay, you will be chosen. I'm getting the name Thomas too, but it can actually have to do with needing to keep something on the, they're giving me that expression, keep it on the back burner. So kind of keeping something in play still with regard to whatever this changes you're going to make. Is there a way that you can do both? Okay, so that's going to be a specific message for some of you too, right? Is there a way that you can do this thing maybe that you've tried doing, that you're passionate about, and this more structured job here? Or structured, if it's not a job, just this more like working with even if it's like a hospital even. Okay, I know, random, but that's what I'm getting. It's like maybe you've tried to do something, from like a diet perspective, naturopathic perspective, herbs, all kinds of, energy healing or whatever. And then maybe now though you are going to be calling in more like formal traditional medicine. That's another message I'm getting for somebody. Now, again, it may or may not resonate. The whole reading isn't going to resonate. It's a general reading. Okay, only take what resonates, respectfully leave the rest. That's all I ask. So thank you. All right, let's see what else we have. What else do we have? Some of you are having to be your own teacher healer, but that might be changing. You might be deciding you're going to let something or someone else in, even finding a new mentor of some kind. So we have lighting the way, and you have the 9 of Pentacles. So letting yourself be guided is underneath that lighting the way, letting yourself be guided. You haven't lost your way. This is about knowing how much to share and how much to give to in a particular situation or group setting. I do feel it's tied into your interactions with other people. You get to focus the conversation with regard to something too. That's something that's very important that has to do with your environment or your abundance. Not giving up your power in some way. Okay. So let's see what else we have. Knight of Swords. So another energy, this one's now next to this Knight of Wands. And it's something kind of like coming in really fast. And I just don't know if you've had time to consider all options, other options. Let's see. Clarifying that, you have the 9 of Cups. So you have a lot of 9s and a lot of 5s in this reading. So it can be things like a big change and a completion, right? 9s being completion. This is a card of fulfillment, satisfaction in some way. It's feeling content. And I love seeing it underneath the 9 of Pentacles. So now you have 999, which is a sign of leadership. Yeah, I'll pull that card for you too. And I think some of you you're getting this opportunity for abundance and really to show your leadership skills. And so 999, sign of completion. So you're finishing one chapter to start a new one. Something's going to be making sense soon. Well, underneath the masculine. Okay, this one. 10 of Swords. So, we just pulled a card about completion, and here you have completion. I think some of you you've really put your heart into something, and it's just not, it hasn't worked out. So it's time to close the door. It is. And again, you haven't lost your way. You had to go through that in order to know if it was going to work or not. So please do not burden yourself or beat yourself up for trying, Let's see what else we have. I'm getting this, so clairantly I'm getting like was it just an act? Was something all an act? Let's see. Well, 2 of Pentacles. I think some of you are trying to figure out if something was meant to be, or if it was genuine, or maybe you're trying to figure out if a person's genuine, or maybe you just flat out are trying to figure out which way to go. Is it going to be, I get this energy of like wanting to avoid a roller coaster, just wanting that stability. Let's see what else we have. I hear the name Cassie too. And we have the 8 of Cups. And so, yeah, again, some of you you're planning on walking away. It's like you've given something a try here. You've tried, you've been patient. You've been very patient. And, the 8 of Cups, like something that maybe once brought you joy isn't quite doing it for you anymore. It's the card that features the eclipse, right? And yeah, they don't necessarily know what's on the other side of those rocky mountains there. Hey, Colorado. but but yeah, they're taking the chance anyway of moving forward, because they're not going to get to the 9 of cups if they continue to just do what they're doing, right? So they know they want to get here, so they're going to have to do this. Okay, let's see. And some of you, I get you almost feeling as though you're backtracking. Maybe you are. Maybe you need to. Maybe you need to go back to something. Oh, wow. And you have the sun here. The sun. I know I'm probably going to get comments. I will never go back to such and such. That's then obviously that comment wasn't for you. But for some of you, I feel like for some of you actually are going back to something that once brought you joy. And it doesn't have to be a person. It's nothing, toxic. It's something that maybe for whatever reason it didn't work out before, and now you're feeling like drawn back to it. So, and the circumstances are different. Maybe this time it will work. So you have the sun card, vitality here. Maybe you'll be working with children, or you're finding joy in your work, or you're feeling as though, an inner child type. You have it kind of like awakening your inner child, allowing your inner child, your spirit to play and be free. But you have card 19, the sun, and then you had 1919, sign of patience. You have all these 9s, all these 5s, and then you also have 19s. Okay, so just for those of you who pay attention to numbers, interesting, right? And you have the magician, which is a 1, and you have the 10 of swords, which actually reduces down to a 1. So just so many repeat numbers. I mean, oh, and there's the 7 of swords. We've been getting this, I think, every reading now for months. Yeah, it's not a bad thing to admit that something's just not for you. It's important to be honest, right? We need to be truthful with ourselves. This is your life you're talking about, right? So some of you are, you're leaving something behind. You've made the decision that you're gonna walk away from something, and maybe you're leaving quietly, or you're just not revealing all your plans. You also have the Knight of Cups. I'm actually getting like 9 of Swords type energy with the Knight of Cups. It almost feels as though it's been hard to move forward just following your heart. That's what it feels like, because the Knight of Cups, yeah, they do follow their heart. Let's get more clarity on that, please. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, nice. So, and this is really good for environment too, because you have another card that signifies environmental stuff for me, which is that 9 of Pentacles. So you have the 9 of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Pentacles, and some of you, it's almost as though something could have felt impulsive, but it actually isn't, because it was something that you already know about. It's something you already know about, the thing you're going towards. Maybe it's something that, like I said, that either you used to do, or it's something that you enjoyed at one time and you didn't, so you left, and now you're kind of focusing more on maybe some things in your environment changed, or you changed, or maybe you're focusing more on long-term stability, and so you're doing something that used to bring you some sort of fulfillment and success. And it feels as though, because you're really actively choosing this as a focus, like that it really could be successful this time. There's something about this time that's different. This time around is different. This time around is different. Yeah. And, oh, 10 of Swords. And now you have the Moon. The Moon card. So this can be connected to feeling just a sense of like, because I have the 10 of Swords and I have the Moon card together. I'm getting something here about kind of feeling this, this just needing an end to the deception, needing an end to any sort of anxiety, leaving, kind of really almost desperately wanting something to clear out. That's, it's almost like really, really needing and wanting that clarity. Let's get, whoa. So now we have two cards coming together. And so the 9 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. Yeah, look at how stressed they are. It's like, again, that kind of like really needing that sort of mental anguish, that anxiety to end. And again, now we have another card of children. So it feels, again, like you want to go back to maybe simpler times with the six of Cups. It feels like in order for something to fully, in order for one dream to come true, it's like kind of having to push through this certain level of stress, but it's not that you can't do it. It's there's a little bit of an energy too of kind of surrendering to what once was and realizing that yes, things might be different now, but they're not going to be the same if you were to go on this other path that you're considering. What else? One more card on that. The 10 of Wands. So you had the 9 of Wands clarified and the 6 of Cups clarified by the 10 of Wands. So now you have multiple 10s in your reading as well. And the 10, I am feeling almost some of you wanting to hide the stress in some way. I don't generally get that off the 10 of Wands, but I am getting that. It's kind of like you're not wanting to have to burden anybody too with responsibilities or obligations, but you need to do what's best for you. You need to take care of yourself, right? That's not being selfish. That's being really, it's not like self-centered. It's more focusing on self, yes, but really self-care. You can only take on so much, but I get that you'll be able to handle it because look how close they are. So if you're thinking, oh, this new thing, it's going to be stressful for a certain amount of time, yeah, maybe it will be for the 1 to 3 months or something. But then it's like you're going to get into you're going to adjust to whatever this is. Okay, what else do we have? Whoa, so many cards. Okay, now we have a major story. Okay, so this all fell out, and then I have these that fell out. Okay, so, wow, let's see. We're going to get a story here. So you have, transformation card. Yes, 5 of Wands. Because you know what's happening right now is you're not seeing, with this 5 of Wands, another 5, and the Death card, you're not seeing eye to eye with someone about it's time to shift something, it's time to move on, or maybe it is time to actually walk away or end something, a relationship, etc. I'm getting that just the environment you're in is not working. 6 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Look at this. It's like there they are. They're moving on to something that does feel better. But yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. They're having to go out of their comfort zone here with that 2 of Wands. But they're planning. They are ready for the next step. And overall, this has to do with, this bliss, this 10 of Cups, this dream come true. So now you have the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. It's like you're gonna be slowly moving towards, one step at a time, moving towards something that is way more emotionally fulfilling. Do not back down. Persevere. Hang in there. You can do this. You can do this. And you cannot compromise your happiness any longer, it seems like. So you have the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands. Look at this. Here's the 8 of Wands, and there it is. It's like, here comes this announcement, or here comes this opportunity that you're able to now showcase what you're capable of in some way or another. And I am feeling triumph vibes. Okay. We don't have the 6 of Wands, which, we have the 5 of Wands, we have the 7, 8, 9, 10, but here's the 8 of Wands. Okay. So quick decisions, news arrives in some way, and you're able to move forward. The path becomes clear, and then you have Judgment here. And it's like that decision, ultimately, friends, that is up to you, right? That decision is up to you. And this is like something is absolutely becoming more clear. Okay. So I know some of you are really wanting that, wishing for that, hoping for that. Yes, here it comes. Here comes that awakening that you've been waiting for. What else do we have, please? You get to say goodbye to some sort of drama. Kiss that drama goodbye, right? Or don't. Just say goodbye, or don't, or just leave, But it's like, Yeah, you're pulling yourself out of something. You really are. You're pulling yourself out of something that has been less than fulfilling. And you've had to, again, you've had to be so patient. Yeah. I don't think you're going to have to be, it's like the opportunity might come in, um, for whatever it is you're looking for and trying to draw towards yourself. The opportunity could come in, and then you'll be patient in a different way. So I don't see that. Oh, I see an opportunity coming in quickly. Yes, there's an opportunity heading straight for you, or you for it. Okay, this is definitely, there's something heading towards you. All right, let's get a card on that. Something heading towards you. There's that Three of Wands. It's about your expansion. It's about rapid growth. Okay, there's a big opportunity on the horizon here. Absolutely, your ships are coming in. Now, like I said though, you might start and there might be some sort of training period or trial period or something, or a honeymoon phase or whatever. So your patience could be tested in a different way. But as far as like a transformation coming in, it's here. Here it is. Okay. There's a fabulous opportunity heading straight for you. You manifested this. That's the thing. Maybe through divination, and that's because, and then manipulation. And manipulation is not a bad thing. That's just like, it can be a lot of different things. It can be you figuring something out. It can be you changing variables. That's manipulation as well. It's not some bad evil thing. Oh, King of Pentacles, nice. This is all about your long-term stability and how you want to use your resources. And the King of Pentacles, they're capable of doing hard things, right? They have all this abundance in there because they're a solid leader. They're a wise investor. They are a provider. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel as though you're really nurturing this new abundance. You're going to be able to make something out of very little or nothing. You may feel as though right now you don't really have anything going for you, but I feel as though with the proper focus and some hard work, some patience, and yes, that right opportunity coming in at the right time, which is what's happening, you're going to be able to make this life of yours much better. The one, it's going to be what's more fulfilling for you, really, where you really feel you shine too, right? Because you have the Sun card there. Something about really feeling as though you've made it, you've done it, you shine. That's a card of victory and success too. Now, let's see if it's about our abundance here. Let's get some cards on that. Actually, let's use the Golden Insights Oracle for that, for your abundance. It's about abundance. And then we'll go into if it's about a relationship of some kind. Oh my goodness, look at you. You have Magic Lamp. Oh my gosh, I have chills. Oh my gosh, this is a wish fulfilled. This is hidden magic manifesting and your hopes and wishes. Oh my goodness. Again, you absolutely made this happen. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I could cry and laugh at the same time and smile. This is amazing, okay? You're using your magic in life in some way, your ability, again, maybe through divination or something, just your ability to really capture and attract what it is you want. And I think for some of you, it is stemmed from self-love. Like better self-love is actually kind of signaling to the universe, or this is the advice to do this. It's signaling to the universe that you value yourself. You value yourself, your time, your energy, your commitments, your resources in general. And so therefore you're attracting better opportunities towards you. It's like you're loving yourself, and the universe is saying, you know what? We love you too. You love you, we love you. So it's kind of like you're in that energy already of really taking better care of yourself in some way. If you've given something up, and congratulations if you have. I know that could be difficult, depending on what it is. And yeah, so maybe it was soda, but yeah, there's soda here as well. So this is about getting your energy levels back. This is something about feeling refreshed, rejuvenated. Hello, Sun card. thirsty. Maybe you've been feeling thirsty for something. You're seeking more excitement. You're seeking more play, more sweetness in your life, more love, more joy, more harmony, more peace, more money, even for some of you, happier relationships, more respect, a happier home. I'm getting all of this from these cards. I'm super excited. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, but I get very into the readings. This energy is absolutely incredible now. It was like feeling pretty good, but it has really kind of built. This is built. Once I saw Magic Lamp and the fact that you have that card manipulation lighting the way, you have the Magician right in the very center of your reading. You have the Magician. The Magician in the Magic Lamp. This is you taking your resources and fulfilling every dream you have. You're already doing it. You're imagining something and yes, maybe you're praying for a little hope and a little magic and a little miracle, but you're tapping into your own amazing skills, your own focus, your own talents, your own creation, your own willpower, and you're making it happen for yourself. You are making this wildest dream come true. Even some of them may seem so far out of reach, but you know what? You know how to use your energy. It looks like you know how to use your resources. It's like, I feel like if you haven't learned anything, I feel as though you've learned to make the most out of what you have. Wow. So this is incredible energy for manifesting. Yeah. All right. Maybe you used that 1111 portal too. You know, maybe you've been using that energy. What else do we have? Members, I will post your video tomorrow morning as I usually do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my, finances, making money moves. Yay, yay. Making money moves. You know, it's too bad money is important, right? It is important. So when you don't have it, it feels really important, you know? But yeah, so this is about being career focused. This is about managing resources and really improving your work life. And that's going to trickle over into everything, right? Yeah, that's just going to spill over into everything. You're going to get some sort of phone call, text, communication, some kind of conversation. And even if it doesn't go super well at first, you're getting what you asked for. If this is what you wanted. So it's really important to be very careful about what it is you're putting out there, right? As far as manifesting, because you might actually get it. If you want stability, you're getting it. If you want a strong bond, that's coming towards you. Wow. Oh my. Dragon. Now, there's some sort of chaotic period coming in here. Okay. It's actually going to help motivate you to become more focused on, making the moves you want in order to manifest. Okay. Some sort of potent power here. Or something feeling kind of untamed, right? Uncontained, And you have Trident here. So this is about controlled emotions, a power to manipulate emotions, water journey. Okay, this is really interesting because yet again, you have that word manipulation. You are manipulating things maybe in new and different ways, and it's a positive thing, okay? Again, because manipulation does not mean it's something bad, evil, wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean deception, right? It's being able to handle, being able to control something, right? Being able to, it's you being in charge. You, making the changes you need, fixing, if I'm manipulating my fingers, I'm moving my fingers, right? I'm moving my hands. I'm manipulating, you can manipulate energy and it's not a bad thing. You manipulate energy to be something, more helpful and positive, right? And camera. So this is about, again, focused, like it's like past people or things becoming the future for you. Okay, again, maybe it was like a talent or skill or something that you're now bringing back or something you once enjoyed. and you have rose. So this is interesting because you have masculine in this other deck, and now you have feminine in beauty on the rose card here. Rose comes in a lot in our readings, and even the name rose. So here it is again. This is about something blooming, some sort of maybe feeling of love in some way. I think for some of you, though, I need to remind you, just, think it through, right? Think something through. Let's get some cards regarding love, relationships. Love, relationships. And burdens lifted. So someone is going to help you succeed. So this is about delegating and working together. And there's that anchor of stability. You're changing. Some of you too, it's like what you value has changed over time. What made you once feel secure and happy, maybe it's not doing it for you anymore. And you also have galaxy wheel. So what goes around comes around, the wheel's turning in your favor, and there's an invitation to turn things around. Yes, some of you, I'm hearing a song right now in my head. It's something about a love deserving a second chance. So yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. We're in Mercury retrograde again, but and other things are in retrograde, and I mean, it could. Something good can come back from the past, and it's better this time. It's good this time. And if it is a relationship, maybe both parties are more willing to change and also being more considerate. Okay, I do feel that too. And I'm hearing Christmas music, so maybe it's around that time that it happens. All right, and then we have waiting. So all good things are worth waiting for, and there you may be waiting a little longer, but it's like keep busy, don't dwell on it, right? And becoming. So this is accepting who you're becoming and embracing all you are. A lot of beauty coming in. Beauty. Yeah. So it feels as though something's not 100% clear yet right now. But again, there's this opportunity coming. And yeah, I do feel that's another key to this reading is that someone's going to give you a chance. It feels like, whether it's, now I'm talking about anything in general, someone's going to give you a chance, and it's going to lift a burden and at the same time make a dream come true. Okay. Something is going to be much more fulfilling. Now, whoa. Okay, I didn't get to shuffle yet, so I'm actually taking all those back. They just kind of fell out. So the Oracle decks I've been using are by Maruka X. There's a butterfly one, and then there's a, which is new. And then there's because butterflies have been coming into our reading. So I was like, I'm going to get a butterfly deck, and Maruka X has it. So I bought it. Here's the back of it. I don't know the exact name of the deck, but there's the back of it. And then, yeah. Tarot. Everyone always says they love this deck. This is by the Celtics Brew, and I think it's called Spirit Oracle. But all the decks, I'll put them down below. They don't come with boxes, and the names aren't on the back, so sometimes I'm not 100% sure. But okay, so there's something right now in your way. All right, something is in the way, but this blockage will be cleared. Now, what happened is the Sun card fell on the floor here. I think for some of you, the problem, it's something that's been in the way, is something that feels impossible to change, or a person feels impossible to change, like they're just never going to change, or they're just not going to get it. It feels also too that for some of you, just again, not having the energy, not having a way, not seeing the way, not having the clarity, and that seems like it's going to change. Okay, for some of you, yes, it could be some sort of just like mental challenges or something in the way that have been kind of a blockage, have been a burden, or the mental challenges of someone else around you who maybe you're even taking care of, or it's affecting you in some way. And you have spiritual awakening. So this is unlocking abilities, changing, some sort of awareness. And then you also have, okay, so being on track. Okay, so you're right where you meant to be. Okay, everything is perfect right now as it is. Okay, but that doesn't mean things aren't changing as we speak. Okay, but it's just kind of allowing, just getting this energy of more allowing and just being like, yes, where I am right now, this step, I'm supposed to have it too. I don't know exactly why yet, right? You could be saying this to yourself, but I have faith and I trust that it's going to, things will shift exactly when they're supposed to. But I know some of you are feeling pretty exhausted right now. And again, maybe feeling impatient as far as like, you just want this transformation to be complete. And it will be in its time, in its own time. And you have clairalience. Okay, so this is psychic knowledge by smelling. Yeah. I think for some of you, there will be a new ability, whether it's clairalience or some other form of divination or something, but it's like you're tapping in and tuning into this higher frequency vibration. And let's get some galactic angel messages for you. Galactic angel messages for Libra Collective. You're about to give birth. This could be birth of a child, a business, a creative project. Also, life's about to kick into overdrive. Buckle up, Buttercup. Hold on for the ride of your life. I was feeling roller coaster energy earlier, remember? And then you have throughout time and space, you and your angels have been connected. Hear the angels whisper. Call upon them for guidance. And then we'll get our animal cards, and then we'll call that a reading. We'll be all set. Something you once loved deserves a second chance. They're giving me that song. I don't know the name of it. I couldn't even sing it. Yeah, it's something. It's just, it doesn't have to be a person, right? It's something or something you once loved. You're getting another chance. You're getting another chance at this, but it's like, this actually is the opportunity, because it's, and again, I'm focusing on this, like this, the card in the middle here is different. Something is different this time around. I like it. I love it for you. All right. What else do we have? Orca. It's time to surrender the natural flow of life and receive your manifestations with ease. How many times are you going to get the word manifestation or manipulate in a single reading? Wow. I mean, this is amazing. What else? Leap into the magnificent unknown with unwavering faith. You are fully protected, kangaroo. And so orca, kangaroo, and this one, jackal. I love this card because it rhymes. You can tackle any challenge that comes your way and emerge stronger than ever before. I feel like going, Libra, do it, do it, do it. Like, I feel like you're gearing up, you're getting ready to do something important. And I'm here to tell you, do it if it feels right. Okay. So I'm cheering you on is what I'm saying. So that's what I have for you. Please do like the video, subscribe, hype it, leave a comment. It's all free. Consider becoming a member. But that little like does help. So thanks so much. Have a great week.